Hello, Internet! Guess what? It's time for Ugin, Eye of the Storms. I know everyone's been waiting for this guy to be in the queue. It's a crazy powerful planeswalker. Now, obviously, being colorless limits you in a lot of ways, but this guy is so strong, I think we're going to give it a go and still see what happens. If you haven't been keeping up with things, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, Ugin, Eye of the Storms is a 7-drop legendary planeswalker. He has static abilities of when you cast this spell, exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. That's right. Right off the bat, you cast him, you exile something that's one or more colors. You cast another colorless spell, doesn't matter what it is. Could be a bone saw. You get a removal spell right there on the card as a static over and over. For +2, you can gain 3 life and draw a card. For 0, you get to add 3 colorless mana. And for -11, search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards. Exile them and then shuffle. Until the end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. That is game ending every time it happens. You search up 30-something cards if you want. I mean, we're talking Emrakul, Ulamog, Thought-Knot Seer to make sure everything's good. Just everything you can think of, all of your mana rocks. It just destroys the opponent. It happens every single time. So if you get to the 11, it's done. It's happening. So anyways, what we have here is kind of my quick Ugin shell. I don't have Paradox Engine in here. I've seen some people build around that. I'm not trying to do Paradox Engine. I don't have fun with that sort of playstyle. I just threw together what I had in my collection. Not one of the most elite collections, but this is what we're going to work with here. So, we have a good bit of ramp. We want to get Ugin out as soon as we can, so we're going to go ahead and rock things like Guardian Idol. We want to go ahead and have Solar Transformer. You know, your 2-drop... +1 mana cards. Those, you know, pretty easy. We do have all of our 3 mana rocks in here as well, including Palladium Mirror. We want to be able to just get mana, get to 7, start casting Ugin, and start exiling things left and right. A couple cool things we have in the way here as well is going to be some cheap discounts with Jorah's Familiar, and this nice little guy right here. Where's my guy? He is the Obelisk. Nope, not the Obelisk. Okay, we have Solemn. We have Roaming Throne. Sorry. Okay, this guy's pretty cool. I use this guy as a double trigger for either whoever I'm holding in my hands, typically. So either you name Golem, and then you get double lands off of Solemn and double draw off of him dying, or you name Eldrazi. And then when you name Eldrazi, guess what? All of a sudden, Ugin's coming in for 40 cards instead of 20 cards every... I'm sorry, Ugin. Ulamog is coming in for 40 cards off the top instead of 20. Or whatever your Eldrazi Annihilator triggers are. They're going to annihilate once or twice, depending on what you do. You can also name Construct. And when you name Construct, you get to go ahead and have Cityscape Leveler double trigger. Pretty nice right there. Just destroy 2 things in one shot. So that's really the most tech we have in here. Since the ultimate of Ugin lets you pull pretty much every spell in this deck, we are also running Aetherflux Reservoir. And that's pretty much a kill combo right there. You ultimate with Ugin, you go ahead and get every spell that you want in your deck. You want to typically play something like Thought-Knot Seer to check their hand, make sure they don't have anything crazy. You can put down Defense Grid, just make sure they're not going to be able to cast during your turn to disrupt this. And then you drop down Aetherflux Reservoir, and then you cast all of these spells to gain some life. Go ahead and get to 50, and guess what? You just nug them for 50, game over. That's one way to do it right there. Otherwise, we're also going to go ahead and play Emrakul. We're going to play Ulamog. We're going to play Kozilek. And remember, we are actually casting those cards, as it says right there in the -11. Cast those cards without paying their mana cost. So we get the cast triggers from all of these good Eldrazi's. We have a couple other things like Meteor Golem because we're limited in our removal in colorless. Meteor Golem's one of the methods we have here. We also have the 5-drop. Let's see, Invasion of Ravnica, one way to get rid of something there. And then Introduction to Annihilation, right? Those are pretty much the bulk of our removal spells, not very many. Also, something to get down when you're going off on Ugin is the Shimil. I really like this card, just can't be countered anymore, you know? Get this down, get Aetherflux down, then you just go to town. That's pretty much how it's going to work here. We have our, like I said, our 3 mono rocks. We can use pretty much all colorless lands here, so we're able to use some really fun ones. This one right here, right? We're just going to gain life every time we tap it. We even have Introduction to Prophecy as one of our few sorcery spells. Scry 2, draw a card. We have Null Elemental Blast. This can catch somebody off guard, especially if they're hitting you with like an Absorb. All of a sudden, you're answering back. They don't normally expect it, so that's pretty nice there. Environmental Sciences lets you catch another land. Even something like Gleaming Barrier. You know, it holds off aggro a smidge, and then it turns into a treasure token, which gets us closer to Ugin. So we also have a couple little bits of Eldrazi tech here. At first, I was going with Foundry Inspector and trying to get artifact discounts, and I found that that wasn't where I wanted to go. It's nice to have the discounts on your artifacts, but ultimately this is an Ugin deck and Eldrazi deck, and those guys, neither one of them are artifacts. So while I do want to be able to get my artifacts down cheaper, I want to be able to get my big guys down, actually. So this one right here lets you go ahead and create some Scions. You can sack them for, you know, colorless mana. It also has some added effects where you could put a 1/1 counter on this artifact, and it can turn into a 0/0 with Annihilator 2 with, as you know, 8 1/1 counters. We're not really into this for that. We just want to be able to create some 0/1 Eldrazi spawns. Same goes for this guy. That heralds the end. A 2-drop. Colorless spells you cast with mana value 7 or greater cost 1 less. That's just great. It also gives all of our Scions +1/+1 as well as all of our other creatures. So all of a sudden your 0/1s are 1/2s. And you'd be surprised that can hold off a good chunk of aggro. So that's not nothing right there. And just for 2 mana, I'll take that discount every day. We also have this nice guy right here with Glaring Fleshraker. 3-drop at 2/2, but whenever you cast a colorless spell, you get to create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn that gives you the 1 colorless mana. And that little added ping right there is whenever another colorless creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. This guy gets a lot of mileage. You're creating ramp, you're creating damage incrementally, and it just adds up pretty quick, and before you know it, you're casting Ugin, you know, turn 5, ready to go. Our big end boys here are going to be pretty obvious here. Emrakul, Promise End. We have Ulamog, Ceaseless Hunger, Kozilek, the Great Distortion, Cityscape Leveler. Those are our big boys. We're even using Breaker of Creation because Annihilator 2, and we have Hexproof from each color. Why not? You actually also get to gain 1 life for each colorless permanent you control. This can really swing the game for you to kind of start taking over again. This deck is a bit of a snowball effect. It starts slow, but then once you hit with Ugin, you really only need 1 or 2 turns to just get it going. And this helps stabilize you and get you back in it so they can't burn you out. Meteor Golem, Ugin the Ineffable, and obviously we just talked about the Inner Sun being able to keep you from getting counter spells on you. Mightstone, Weakstone, it only gives you that mana for... to cast. It can't be used for non-artifact spells, so I'm not sure if I'm going to maintain this. I do like the removal and the draw 2 cards, so I think those 2 modes alone make it worth it. So probably am going to keep it. We also have Palantir. I like this card in most any deck. It's it's like in this deck, if they mill Emrakul mixed with Ulamog and Kozilek, they're just dead. So while we don't want to lose those cards, we would rather just win the game. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. The mana base. Well, we get to pick any freaking mana base we want. We do have 6 wastes in here, and I believe we have 1 snow-covered waste, just in case that somehow matters. But we have a bunch of interesting things like Volatile Fault, right? We can go ahead and destroy non-basic lands like that. We have Urza's Cave, Throne of the Makindi, just anything and everything, Seed Core. We have no real reason not to run these lands. We don't need colored mana for pretty much anything. Key to the Archive can let us pull a card, but then it can tap for the colorless or the colored mana we need. Not to mention we have things like Celestus, Skyclave Relic, Replicating Ring, if we really need the mana. Otherwise, we're just, Reliquary Tower, Rogue's Passage. We're just getting anything and everything that has some sort of effect. Phyrexian Scrapyard is one of my favorite lands, particularly in this deck. You're always going to hit your land drop now. You know, you discard some random card you don't care about, and all of a sudden, boom, now you got your land drop. And if you need to, you can turn that into the whole Soul of New Phyrexia. Pretty useful card, I think. So this is essentially the whole deck. We do have Stone of Erech, and this one right here, I think it's pretty awesome for 1 mana. It's, you know, a mini Rest in Peace. I see no reason why this isn't in more decks than, you know, just this one. Spectrum Sentinel also kind of quick to be able to, like, brick wall. Something like, you know, just any Boros deck coming at you. Just, you know, Tajik, guess what? Block. We don't care. And gives you some incremental life gain. Fountain of Renewal again. We want more cheap cards to be able to play with Ugin once he comes down. Of course, he can +3. So really, he pays for his own casting right off the bat. You know, you +3 and all of a sudden you're going to cast one of these spells right here. So we even have Aether Spark because why not? It's colorless, it's Planeswalker. We can get some card draw in it. Maybe you throw this on an Eldrazi, you're going to all of a sudden get a ton of loyalty, and then you can just keep it going with -10 to add 10 mana. Just keep the ball rolling on everything here. So let's just jump in and get our game on. Here we go. All right, we're taking on some dinosaurs. I was wondering how they were going to handle Ugin in the queue. Because, I don't know, I'm thinking he's going to be hell queue, but again, just pure colorless. I guess we'll see. Okay, I think we're going to keep. Environmental Sciences lets us get another land, which opens up the rest of this hand. We might even draw into one more land. Pretty much every land we have is untapped, I believe. So, that is another nice thing here. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to ramp up just like opponent. Now we can even get a Surveil in. Yeah, I like that. And then, here we go. We will do blue, I believe. Want to do blue? Yeah, I always like to do blue. We key the archive. You know, we can get like Time Walk. Or not Time Walk. Whatever the 5 mana Time Walk is. Okay, let's keep this going here. Network Terminal. And we're going to play our Chronicler, actually. We'll likely get a few hits off of this. Or are they going to kill it right off the bat? Either way. I'd rather them kill that than my mirror. And I think we're going to go Flesh Raker. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to go Flesh Raker. Yeah, we'll go Flesh Raker into Mirror. And then we'll start the party. We really only have one target to hit with our Ugin right now, which is Revels. But they have mana now. Let's see how they deploy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. They're going for that. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. And we're just gonna plus. We want to get to the 11, the minus 11.
Open your mind to possibility.
Do I want to do this? Yeah, we're gonna hold. And we'll just go like this. Yeah. This is not going to work out for opponent, I don't think. But we shall see. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Yep, swinging in. Probably should. Yeah, we'll chump. I'm not even worried about this. Okay, so let's start off with Foundry Inspector. Get you.
I grant you a boon.
We'll go ahead and plus.
The wise heed my advice.
Yeah. Just non-stop. Yeah, GG opponent. Once Ugin gets going, it's a wrap. So we just had every card in our deck from that point forward is removal. And we're just playing more mana, so even if you remove Ugin, he's coming back down, and if you need to, you just plus, or you just zero him for the 3 mana, and you're going to cast whatever's in your hand anyway. So yeah, GG. We got there. Yeah, I really don't think Ugin's long for this world. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The only time he is not devastating to your opponent is when you're going up against the mirror, because they don't really have that many color or one color permanents to destroy. All right, Nerev, of course, aggro takes him out pretty easy, so maybe it's not really, you know, finite. Let's see here. Sure. Okay, what do we have here? No ramp at all, so we really can't afford that. We really need 1 mana to open this up, so we're gonna believe. We're gonna believe in this. And we were rewarded. We're going to start with Replicating Ring. I like to get the tokens going. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, if we do Mirror now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll have 6. We could play Replicating Ring and Solemn, but if they kill it, we're behind quite a bit. Well, let's go for the, let's hope. Let's hope they don't go for it. Let's hope they don't kill our mirror. They killed our mirror. These things do happen. Okay. I guess we can go Replicating Ring into Idol. Not necessarily down for that, though, to be honest with you. Definitely want to get either Solemn or Ring down here. Let's see, if we do Ring here, that'll put us to 5, then 6. We can hold up Elemental Blast. Okay, I guess we'll do that. And I think we're actually gonna save Idol. We don't have that many cheap spells to cast off of Ugin. If we need to, we can plus, or we can get 3 mana and Idol to get another removal here. And they caverned it. We'll just kill it instead. Oh, am I boring you? There's a nice cheap one. Yeah, we're gonna hold. We can cast both of these off of our 3 mana next turn. Gold Span's nice for them. Yeah, we're taking some hits here. Let's see if it's too late to stabilize or not. That's not good. Oof. That pretty much got us there, I think. Yeah, we needed that 7th mana. Okay, what are we doing now? I guess we can... Familiar... And we can Defense Grid. Try to hold on here. Now we're chumping. Oh boy, yep, I think we're just dead. Yep, GG. Alright, they got us. And that's pretty much how you do it. You just gotta keep your opponent off of being able to get your Ugin down. Oh well. Can't win them all. Yeah, that was clutch of the opponent to remove our Mono Rock right there. That pretty much was all we needed. We were going to be able to remove the rest of their board pretty much. All right, we're on the play this time, and this is pretty decent. I like this one. We're going to Flesh Raker. Here's another nice bit of tech here. You can create your Scions. You can also exile like tokens really easy, and if you need to, you can also scry and draw some cards. Okay, see, let's yeah, we're gonna go ahead. This eats removal, it eats removal. Rather that than my mirror. We could use a land drop here. Are you going to bring out your Balloon Man? You are not. Oh, okay. Oh, unfortunate. No land drop here. Okay, let's see. How do we want to go about this? I would like to mirror just to get the mana. Just afraid we're going to get wrecked if they remove it, but we're going to have to do what we have to do. We will even offer the trade, I think. Because I'd rather than be down mana. Yeah, I didn't think they'd take that trade. We're 1 mana, let's see, from Ugin, but ironically, they have nothing of color to... Okay, there we go. We can get rid of their token here. Or not. This also takes care of some of that. All right, how to do this? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can Celeste us. That gives us another trigger here. And we can archive. And that should kind of set us up for mana. Moving forward. I think Cross and Grip is where we want to be. And we can pitch... I guess we can pitch that. If we really care to, we can kill this, but I think we're okay. That's a cool mountain right there, isn't it? So I got werewolf written all over it. Oh, I guess it was that Eldritch Moon. Sure. Yeah, we won't block here. Yeah, I do love Circuit Mender for being able to copy and whatnot. Okay, step one.
Preparation yields success. I will mend this rope. I need the essence of this world. Every exploit ripples through time. Be mindful.
The discount off of Ugin is also pretty clutch here. I think we will actually start off with Thought Knotting. Put a body on the field. Remove this. See what we're working with. Signet, Sunfall, Elishnor, and Aowen. Probably going to be... Oh, we can just kill that. I think we'll just take away their Sunfall. I really don't care about their Sunfall either, to be honest with you. Let's get rid of their Impact card. And we'll go ahead and make you.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
And we're going to hold. Yeah, a lot of synergy here with Ugins and Fleshraker. I'm perfectly fine with them sunfalling here. They probably want to. Yep. Yeah, good beats. We're still all right on mana, so I'm not too worried. And the discount off of Ugin is pretty huge here. As long as that's why we, and that's pretty much why we took their haste creature. I didn't want them to be able to get on the board and sure. I'm not sure what you're going to hit with that, but we have Crossing Grip and we have our other Ugin. Will decline.
There is clarity at the center of every storm.
We're going to keep plussing this. It'll block their incubator.
Truth lies beyond vision.
And we can make 2 Scions. And we can get rid of this as a creature from Kozilek's command if we have to. Leveler's pretty slick too. Yeah, we're gonna hold. Sure. If they have any tricks for this, for now I'm just gonna chump. This is just an extra card every single turn, so I'm perfectly fine losing my Ugin manifest. We could even proliferate eventually. Ah, so that's how they want to roll. Sure. Yeah, that's happening. Yeah, let's get a basic land. So they have Elish Norn and 1 unknown card. We'll wait for them to be in combat. Deal with what we gotta deal with. Let's create. Let's exile.
Power belongs to the patient.
Let's see if they drop their Elish Norn. They're in a tough spot here. Not sure what they're holding aside from Elish Norn, but it's going to take quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could replay Ugin if they kill it here. Again, the discount from 6 mana Ugin is huge for all of these. Okay. Gonna keep drawing here. Nice.
The wise heed my advice.
And
Knowledge is a virtue.
guess we'll get him down, and we will name Construct.
One step in the stratagem. Ether itself serves me.
And now we just get card advantage every turn.
Preparation yields success.
This lets us get double activation off of our Cityscape Leveler. Not that they really have much to destroy. And that's the other thing that this card does. Ugin just kind of makes people not play things. I guess they're waiting to go off. So they're trying to do it all in one shot here. But we're about to minus 11 here. And I guess they're going to swing in for that? Sure. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything about that anyway. Okay. So, not to mention we're gaining 3 life every time we do this.
Open your mind to possibility.
Bankbuster. Get rid of you.
I grant you
Replicating Ring. Get rid of you.
preparation yields success.
Start swinging. And I'm going to hold Leveler.
Secrets manifest before you.
Can even proliferate here. I guess we could have proliferated and done our ultimate. Bit of a miss there. I'm guessing opponent might just scoop here. But maybe they'll play it out. Yeah. GG opponent. Not a good spot to be in. Yeah, pretty much getting Ugin out. Just really takes over that game. Okay, this is one of those kind of commanders that they can get the ball rolling too. Let's see, what are we looking at here? Yeah, this is ramp. It's pretty much all you need. They got their 1 mana. Looks like they got their 1 mana. Okay. That's pretty much what they want to do there. Oh, we got our 2 mana play. Okay. That's pretty ideal there. We can key to the archive now. Oh, interesting. I mean, we could familiar. And then everything else is cheaper. That is... yeah, it's mono green. We can even do this. Yeah. Was debating holding that for when Ugin comes down. Nice. Yeah, it's just a race. I guess we should have got Talisman down earlier, now that I think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so... I think we want to do Talisman. And then get Archive down. I guess Day of Judgment. I'm thinking about Approach of the Second Sun just to gain that 7 life. Could we even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? We could cast it. Just, I mean, we're gonna take a chunk of damage coming up. I don't really think we need Day of Judgment. We're gonna be able to exile everything and anything they cast. Yeah, we're gonna be crazy. We're gonna go Approach. And, actually, I guess we're not. We don't need either one of these. I'd rather exile. Yeah, we're okay. The only card I would have kept there really would have been Take Another Turn. And we're going to gain life from Ugin's +2 anyway. So I'll be curious what they can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I mean, they can do some fun things here. Yeah, that'd be one of the fun things to do, isn't it? Okay, are we dead? I don't think we're dead. We're close. But close is not dead. Let's get him a nice. Interesting. Okay. That could be big here. Let's think. Let's get adjusted here. Okay, we need 6 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves us then with 1, 2. Debating whether or not we can Ugin. If we can Reservoir first. See if that 1 life matters for us or not. I feel like it does. But that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We wouldn't have enough anyway. So we have to start off with this. Okay, so. First you.
I grant you a boon. I will mend this broken world.
Gain 3 mana. You.
Energy for your efforts. Fate flows as easily as
Then
water.
you. Gain some life. Hold. See if they have haste and trample. If they say go here, we're in an okay spot. Okay, I think we're gonna get to do it. Yeah, we're in an okay spot. Let's gain 3. And this will be pretty decent here.
My plan bears fruit.
Yeah. I guess technically we should have Ulamogged their monument, right? That was a punt on my end. But they were done. But yeah, we should have Ulamogged the monument and I guess the sprawl or whatever, and then off of the Ugin, then we would have got rid of the Mythweaver and then just gone from there and start gaining life. Yeah, there you go. GG. Yeah, opponent got us down to 1 life. I think it was 1. Maybe it was 2. I'm pretty sure it was 1. And, but 1 is not done. And you just saw. We will rebuild. Ugin can let you gain that 3 life as well from his plus. I mean, it's pretty nice. Alright, Tiamat. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see dragons. Alright, we're on the play here. Kind of ramp. Not really the ramp I want, though, unfortunately. I guess we'll give it a shot. Turn 1 Fountain, I kind of prefer, because we're going to at least gain 4 or 5 life off of it for sure. Nice. That's what I'm looking for right there. Sure. I guess we'll Familiar here. That offsets that anyways. Okay, what can we actually do? We can do 1, 2, 3, and then we could actually also idle if we Foundry first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts him down to 6. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. See if this eats a removal spell as well. That way, maybe our Familiar doesn't. Sure. Okay, yeah, I'm in for this. Not to mention we get to make our Scion. I don't really like going empty-handed. Oh, who are they going for here? Curious. That's fine by me. We don't need him anymore. No blocks. Okay. I'm guessing dragon. Okay. Mm-hmm. We did not want to see that.
I see no threat that the wise heed my advice.
See what happens here. Kind of vulnerable here. So hopefully we're able to... Okay. I guess they didn't have anything to get through. So yeah, from this point forward, we were just going to take over from just casting every single turn, right? We were soft, though. They didn't, I guess, they didn't want to see what was going to happen here. But, I mean, make your opponent have it first. For all they know, we are holding 2 lands. But, again, we're going to plus draw a card, etc. It's okay. GG. They didn't want to try. Captain Howler. Alright, is it? I like Cavern. Herald's nice. Mirror, yeah, I guess so. We can even maybe get our boots down and protect our mirror. Or protect our Herald. Oh, well, we're gonna have to do that, though. Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, I feel like we're gonna name Eldrazi. See what they do to this. Okay, they let that happen. I feel like they're gonna nuke whatever we do here. So I'm feeling like we're gonna just play our boots. See if they let this happen. Yeah, we're gonna name Eldrazi. Oh, do we want to name Construct? Actually, just name Mirror. But we're gonna put our boots down. See if they go for this instead. They're letting us have it all. Okay. Sure. And here, I guess we'll actually protect you. Yep. Okay, we could use, let's see, a land or 1-drop. I really want to get 2 things exiled here if we can. Okay, there's the land.
Belongs to the patient. I will put an end to this conflict. I know many arcane rituals.
Start shoring up the ground a bit.
Knowledge is a virtue.
Okay, turtle up a bit. We need 1 more turn. We untap from here with Ugin on the board. We should be really set. But they got a full grip, so they're going to be able to do quite a few things here. Not even going after Ugin. I don't know what they're trying to go for, like a River's Rebuke, maybe? Time Warp. Okay, yeah, that's one good reason, I guess, but kind of a Time Warp to nothing. Sure. That life gain's not nothing either. I think we've gained, what, 4 life? There's the River's Rebuke. Okay. Okay. We shall go to hand and see how this works out. That is one way to get Ugin. Okay, let's see. Let's see. One, 2. What gives us the most here? 1, 2. That gets us back up to 4. I wish we could get Reservoir down first, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it's going to be you, then Coldsteel, and then Herald. Yeah. And we will hold... We will hold our 1-drop. I guess they have Pact. Yeah, they must. I'm guessing they're holding Pact here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's that. All right, GG. I was thinking River's Rebuke. That's a good way to answer, Ugin. GG. Oh boy. The mirror. Pretty much whoever gets to Meteor Golem or Ulamog first. This is not the hand you want to have, though. I mean, Okay. They weren't having it either. Nobody wants to play Ugin. Not even Ugin. Alright. Okay, what do we got here? We're on the play. Not the best. And we're against mono green, so this is kind of a dead card. No. Yeah, this is more like it. Spawning bed's pretty big too. Cool. Always like drawing a 2 mana play there. Okay, well, would have really liked to have drawn a land there. How do we want to go about this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we can network terminal. And then we can also Burnished Hart. Okay, opponent's not having it. I guess they figured we're just getting too much value off of our ramp, but we were going to miss a land drop. That being said, Ugin was coming down next turn, so I guess they didn't want to see that. GG. I really want to show the -11. It's pretty insane. Tiny Bones. Okay. Was not expecting to be matched against that. We're on the play here. I really don't like keeping 2 mana hands, though. It's just not something good to do. I guess. Not the best, but... They're throwing discard our way. It's pretty good for us most of the time. We only have, what, 2 cards that are instant speed? I think we're gonna hold. Yeah, we're gonna hold. We can draw a card if we need to. We can power up Blast Zone a bit. Okay. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we're pitching both of these. I want the land. They can't steal from our graveyard now anyway. There we go.
Knowledge is a virtue.
Let's see if they have the removal, but we'll make them have it. Yeah, looks like they have it.
This world has become unbalanced.
Oh, that was my computer yelling at me. We're gonna cut off their mana.
The best thing about zombies is their adoring obedience. I command death itself.
And I guess we'll go with... What do I like to go with here? Usually Construct. Now let's do Eldrazi. Thank you.
Well, that was a waste.
Taking out our Bauble. Free play for them, not bad. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, how do we want to go about this? I guess we're not in a rush here. Nice, okay.
Our goals align, so you have my aid. Energy for your effort.
And we'll just keep the party going here.
Belongs to the patient.
As long as we can power up Idol to get around an Edict effect, we should be okay with our throne. Okay.
This is an unfortunate fate.
That's an expensive 2-drop.
My resources. I will mend this rope. Open your mind to possibility.
Make them keep answering Ugin. They can't touch the throne. Their 2-drop is now an 8-drop. But black has a lot of removal. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I think... Well, I think that might have killed you, bro. Yep, that's that. GG. We didn't really need to do that. But I hate discard decks. So, kind of wanted to. GG. Yeah, really was not expecting Tiny Bones. Okay, we're on the play here, but this is not a good hand. This is somewhat better, still pretty bad. I guess we'll give it a shot here. Probably should not have kept it. I guess we have to kill it. Mm-hmm. Okay, how do we want to do this? This will let us gain some life. This is going to be a problem. because we cannot remove it with our Ugin. So I think we're going to play this now. Try gaining some life from their non-basic lands. Have another permanent on board that we gain life from. Swords. Yep. Okay. Thought that was a vehicle at first. Not bad. Okay, that's actually what we wanted to see there. We're still gonna name Eldrazi. Yeah. And I guess we'll just start on this.
Preparation equals success. I see no threat that I cannot manage.
Okay. They were pretty quick on that.
That was all the aid I wish to give. I wield the essence of this world.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay, we have an answer now. Let us gain some life, bro. Come on. What are you debating here? He's just a little guy. Really? That's where you scoop? I guess. If they didn't have an answer for it, we were going to start attacking next turn with Annihilator 2. And if you guys hadn't noticed, we named Eldrazi for the triggered abilities to happen twice. So we were going to start getting Annihilator 2 twice, which is always fun to see. Bristly Bill, okay. Mono green. We're on the play here, again, with only 2 lands. We have Coldsteel, but this is really, yeah, we're not, this is a dead card. Gosh. Let's draw some Mono Rocks, please. That totally counts. You know, I actually really like Scrapyard, so we're going to keep that. Right? Guarantees our land drops for the rest of the game. Yeah. Hopefully the mirror lives. Hopefully we live. I usually like getting Talisman down super fast too, just to gain that life every single turn if we don't even use it. Let's do it. Nice. I mean it too, that was pretty nice. So we could Talisman here, or we could Shimmer. I think we want to go ahead and do this. We very likely will start discovering into Monorox anyway, so we're just going to do that. Next turn we can Ugin anyways. No trample here means that our Scions can actually chump for days. Although we don't want to. Oh, or not. Okay, well, better him than the mirror. Alright, but we'll see what happens here, watch.
My resources.
And then we're going to gain. We don't need to worry about this guy, because this happens. Then we get to do this. And then we get to do that.
Heed my counsel.
So this guy with this guy. Pretty ballsy. Sure. But unless you have haste, I don't know what you're going to do here. Yeah, fair enough. Good beats there. You really did need to get that gone. Oh, do we not have any lands? Oh, yeah. Well, either way, I don't think it mattered. Let's just go with what we were going to do here. We were going to play our wastes. We were going to... What were we going to do? We were going to play our Talisman, exile. So that would have left us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, Spider plus our Talisman. We were going to exile both of those again. Then we would have been able to plus again, draw another card, get him to 11, and so on and so forth. GG. Alrighty, Atraxa. I'm actually kind of curious how this matchup goes. Is this the big boy too? Yeah. Okay, what are we looking at here? Sure. Okay, Meteor Golem's neat. One of our few unconditional removals here. So Ugin in 2 turns, unless they disrupt something here. Which looks like they might. Sure. Yeah. They seem to have rushed on that, in my opinion. Maybe they have a counter here? I guess, I don't know. See, they could have waited till the end of my turn to do that. But maybe they didn't want me to have the ramp. I guess that's, yeah, that's clearly what it was. Ah, very good. Let's see if they go off, I guess, Archive, right? Yeah. That made it easier. I was debating whether I wanted to play this now or wait and kick it. Also, we could hold it, cast it off of the 0 off of Ugin if we need to. Opponent doesn't seem to be doing much right now. So yeah, we're gonna kick this. See if they counter it. Okay, they cycled. Interesting. Yep. Yeah, we'll actually be able to Ugin and Meteor Golem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's pretty wild. They don't have a lot on board to get rid of, unfortunately. Which I guess isn't a bad thing. Opponents in the tank, or they decided to quit. Not sure which. Opponent, we had a good thing going. There we go. One cool way is to blink your Skyclave token, or my Skyclave token. It's actually a way to get rid of my stuff. What in the world are you doing, opponent? I mean, at least 0. Okay. I guess, I don't know what's going on. They were clearly here. See if they have wash away or if they're even at their computer at this point. Yeah. You know. Okay.
Only I will mend this broken. Heed my counsel.
Well, let's do this first. And let's wait for our opponent to time out.
My plan bears fruit.
Yeah. It's an odd series of events. Opponent was there for the whole game. AFKs for a minute. Comes back, makes a play, goes away again. I don't agree with them cycling in response to what we did, but maybe they had a plan that we never got to see. You could always Atraxa here. Of course, we'll just exile it. GG opponent. Well, that was riveting, guys. Can't end with that one, though. Yeah, I've been dealing with so many, what do I call them, serial scoopers tonight. It's like some of them just see Ugin and say, no thank you, I don't want to play Magic with you today. And then that last one just sitting there playing Quasi, then AFKing, coming back, then AFKing. That's almost worse, really. Just prolongs it. Alright, let's have a good game here. Judith. Okay, I wanted to see how we did against aggro. I'm not expecting good things here. Silex. Ugh. We have 2 pieces of ramp here. We do have removal. Guess we can hit 2 drops and down and not worry about losing our Mono Rocks. Emrakul's not a good card to have in our hand. We're on the play. I mean, we're on the draw. Oof. I guess we'll keep it. If we can keep Mira alive and then kick our relic, we'll be okay. That's not bad at all right there, actually. Basically, this is our wash away. Alright, let's see if we can dodge a removal. We just need 1 turn with this mirror. 1 turn. One turn. 1 turn. We never get the 1 turn. Okay, fine. We'll stick. I think we'll still stick with Eldrazi. Actually, that was a mistake. Because Skyclave can't give us this. Yeah, we're gonna hold. I want to counter their commander. Yep. You started it. You didn't let me have my one little mirror. Yeah, we're gonna reservoir. Bit of a slow start for us. I really want to kick this relic, so we're hedging to draw a land here. There you go. That's a good land to have. But do we not have enough yet? Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh. Signet's a dead card in this deck. I knew that, you guys. I knew that. We're going to end turn. Right. I guess we can Silex. Gain some life. I keep forgetting this has to have color identity. That's funny. Sure. Oh, maybe they'll want to go after our Silex. Oh yes, I'm all for that. Make it a discard as well. Yeah, I think we're going to pitch Emrakul here. Truth be told, we're going to pitch Leveler as well. Okay, we'll see what happens here. We're kind of behind now. That was a major punt with me throwing Arcane Signet in this deck. Yep. Yeah, if I'm them, I'm going to pull something, just straight direct damage or pump spell here. 5, 6, 7. They need another 7. Big score? Okay. I guess. Was not expecting Citadel.
Preparation yields success. I grant.
Okay, we need to draw into some action here.
Sow discord.
There we go. What is this going to do?
Open your mind
Don't
to
care about that.
Preparation yields success.
Opponent, you scooped too soon. You know, we really didn't have much else after that. What were we going to do here? Well, should have waited. GG. Yep, okay, Vren. Yep, opponent scooped too soon. I'm telling you guys, make them have it first. What are we dealing with here? Well, we could answer that back, couldn't we? No ramp, though, so... Oof, eesh. We need 1, mana to open this up. Alright, we gotta believe. We gotta believe. Well, that's kind of a mana. Okay. There we go. Mm-hmm. Nice. So we can ingot and idle here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Interesting. See if they give us this. They do. Okay, we're gonna name Golem. And we will name, I guess, Eldrazi. Construct's usually nice as well, but a lot of upside on Eldrazi. I'm sure they were holding a counter there. And they're going for it now. Sure. Oh, that won't work, will it? Let's redo this a second here. Okay, let's do this way. See if they're holding Wash Away. Oh, looks like they're not. And then we can do this.
I will not allow my energy for your efforts.
All right.
Fate flows as easily as water.
GG. Yeah, that set him back pretty hard. And there we have it. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. A very, very powerful planeswalker. And I'm sure not long for this format. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been saying this a little too much, I guess. But I just see this guy being too dang strong. The fact that you get it on cast with an exile, and then you can also exile the same turn with a 0/1 drop, whatever drop, and then you could even just add 3 mana to cast something specifically higher. It seems like they should have said this ability only triggers 1 time each turn, and even then it would have still been pretty phenomenal. But the fact that you can just go off and exile 3 things in one turn while maintaining board presence is wild. And then don't get me started on the -11, because don't forget, when you get all those you get all those cards, each one of them exiles something from your opponents. It's just crazy. Imagine doing this when you are playing 4-way Commander. I mean, you're just literally getting 30, 40, 50 spells. Aetherflux Reservoir, throw that down. You're going to gain your 50 life. As you're casting every single spell, you're exiling everything that's colored. And then just nugging people for 50. It's crazy. So really fun being on the right side of this deck. I didn't get to see the mirror too often, so I wasn't seeing what other people were doing. This is what I was doing. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit better methods than mine, but I found this one to be pretty fun. So hopefully you enjoyed these games, and hopefully you get in, a little bit of Tarkir action. I'm going to go do some limited myself. I'm really excited to do it. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the games, and remember, guys, elevate your game. Have a good one.